Hello everybody, it is me, Andrew, and pardon the covers, my cat is like on top of them, so I don't want to move her. But I actually had someone comment rather on one of my videos and asked me, actually I'm trying to find the, oh, I guess she moved. She asked me about when my journey with tarot began and all this kind of stuff, and if I had any book reviews, and I'm trying to get the name. Perdido na China. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But, okay, so my journey with tarot probably started close to, well, backing up way back. I'm 23 now. It started when I was about 17. I was really intrigued with tarot cards and with the occult and things of that nature. But I never really explored it further, just simply because it was something that I didn't really, I was kind of scared to get into at the time because I thought it was like bad or whatever. But so fast forwarding, I did that for a while, and I tried, and I collected several decks, and one being the Fairy Tale Tarot that I will never not say is one of the decks that I wish I had, but it's out of print, so whatever. But, so I started again probably almost 2 years ago, getting heavily into Angel Tarot and the angel cards, because to me, starting out on the journey of tarot, especially if you come from a place of faith, if you come from a place where you're taught that it's wrong, is very jarring to start with tarot. To me, it was. So I started with Doreen Virtue's Angel Tarot card, or Archangel Power Tarot cards was my first deck. And I got a deep understanding of those cards and how to work with those cards, and I love those cards. So it was by Doreen Virtue and Riley Valentine, and you can totally find that deck anywhere, like Hay House, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Amazon. It's all there. And so that deck and then the Angel Tarot kind of spawned my interest in the traditional tarot, and different ways that the traditional tarot has been reprinted and reimagined by so many amazing artists and authors. So I have, we all know I have like a crap ton of tarot and oracle card decks, and I love how they've taken tarot and made it so accessible to people who may not like one style of art, who love another, who don't like one style of writing but love another. Like, I love that. So that's when my journey started, probably legit started, where I started reading professionally. It was July of, not this year, but last year is when I started reading professionally, but I had been doing it a ways before that. So I have a couple of books here, and one of these books I don't really have a critique on yet because I haven't really read a whole lot of it. But the first book is 78 Degrees of Wisdom by Rachel Pollack. And what I've read of this book, I really, really like it. It's not too much information, like this is the Ten of Wands. So then it has upright and reverse card meanings. I honestly don't have anything to say about this book yet, though. I'm just going to put this aside, but I do have this book, and it's on my list. Next, I've made a video about this one before, but this is Holistic Tarot by Annabelle Wynn. I really like this book. I actually read it on my iPad because I read it sometimes when I'm at work and I'm bored or whatever. But this book has been very, it's very structured. So if you're that kind of person and you're interested in the analytical, the logical, like step 1, step 2, step 3 kind of book, this is definitely it. She goes through everything. Like, it is so in depth. I mean, it's huge. So it's so in depth, and it's very, very good. I really, really like this book. Her style of writing is very good. It's just very, it's very knowledgeable. Like, you can't pick up this book. Like, I was on, which one was I on? I can't remember where it was in my iPad. I think I was on Interpreting Court Cards, and I really, because court cards is what gets everybody. So she has like charts and stuff like that. So it's very structured, which is awesome. I love this book. The next book is specifically for the Angel Tarot, not the Archangel Power Tarot, not the Guardian Angel Tarot, but the Angel Tarot. So if you're the kind of person where you want to start with I'm not saying this in a bad way when I say it, but the fluffy decks, the decks that are very gentle and the decks that have a really gentle and clear energy, which is nothing wrong with that because that's how I started and I still love those decks. So it's not like you start and then you graduate, because it's not like they're... A lot of people make it sound like that those decks are like kindergarten level and then you move up and up and up. But to me, I'm never going to stop using those cards. I'm never going to get rid of those cards. I love those cards. And I mean, I use them for a lot of readings. So I love them. So this is the big book of Angel Tarot. And it's pretty thick. You know, not as thick as Holistic Tarot. But from what I've read of this book, because I haven't finished this one either. But I got a lot of the way through it there. And actually I'm on... I got past the swords. But so you get a lot of information with this book. It is really juicy. So basically from pages... Okay, so you get part 1 is the basics of Angel Tarot. And that goes to page 71. And so you have spreads in it. You have the 3-card spread. You have creating your own spreads, how to give a reading. You have numerology, what the archangels mean, correspondences, and stuff like that. And then part 3 is the Dreamer's Journey through the Major Arcana. And the Dreamer is the Fool, because they renamed the Fool the Dreamer. And so you have like how his journey progresses through each of the Major Arcana cards. And so you have the card, the story, the symbolism in the card, the angel number on the card, the archangel on the card, and then the astrology of the card. So you have all that, and then it goes into it's that same like format for the minor arcana as well. So the Ten of Fire. I've been turning to the Ten of Wands lately. Maybe that's something that they need to... trying to get a message to me. But and then the Five of Water, and it gives a representation of the card. So this is actually a really good resource if you're new to angel cards and that's the avenue that you want to take, which there's nothing wrong with. Angel cards are amazing, and a lot of times I've gotten better guidance with them than actual tarot cards. So I really love my angel cards. So love that. The second is, this is kind of a loose, it's not even really tarot based. But there's a section about tarot in it. So I figured I would just include it and see what you think about it. And if you don't like it, you don't have to use it. But this is a book that I really, really love. Solitary Witch by Silver Ravenwolf. The ultimate book of shadows for the new generation. This has everything about witchcraft you could possibly know, but there is a... there's a whole section on tarot, and it kind of gives the astrological sign, and it gives like keywords for each card. So for all 78 cards, you get that. And then there's a section on reading the cards. There's the Celtic cross spread. She includes a little bit different version of it, which I have yet to try. But there's actually 15 cards in that spread, so that's pretty cool. And you have the planetary spread, and then it goes into, I guess, astrology. Oh no, it goes into like if you want to work spells with tarot cards, it gives you the cards. It gives, like, if you want to do love, you have the Lovers, the Empress, the Sun, Four of Wands, Ace or Two of Cups, any court card. And it gives you the moon phase and the day of the week that is most potent or effective. So, yeah. So that was this book. So I have a lot of tarot books, and I've taken a fair few classes or courses on tarot. I can say that the Certified Angel Card Reader class by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine, I took the audio version. There's actually a video version out now. I'm jealous because I want to take that one. But it's a super amazing resource to take and to really gain that information and to gain that knowledge of tarot, because sometimes like you can read books all day long. Like I could read all these books, and still not have that working knowledge of tarot and how to read for somebody else. But I love the atmosphere of the Certified Angel Card Reader class. So if you're thinking about taking a class, that's definitely one that I would look into. Just simply because it's so fun and it's amazing. So definitely go about doing that if you're thinking about doing that. I'm also taking the Tarot Foundations course, or Tarot Foundations 2, which is reading the tarot with confidence. And so I'm super excited about finishing that because I have I'm finishing my second to last module today. So I'm really excited. It's going to be really cool. So I'll let you guys know how that goes when I'm done with that. But yeah, so these are some of the books that I have. I would just say, honestly, if you're wanting to begin a journey with tarot, if you're wanting to begin that working relationship with tarot, then it doesn't matter if you start with angel cards or the Rider-Waite. Now, I will say most tarot books, most books like these two, are they use the Rider-Waite deck as far as like the imagery and the symbolism that they talk about is found in the Rider-Waite deck. So I have one of those just for reference purposes. I don't really read with it, but I have one. Just for like when I read books like these, I can pull the card out because most of the time it's in black and white and I can see the colors. But honestly, if you're thinking about it, go to a bookstore. Go to a New Age bookstore that lets you open the decks and look at them and get a feel for them. And just find that deck that clicks with you and then get a book, or just, look online. Look at videos. Look at videos on YouTube. Look at videos on, I don't know, eHow. I don't know. But don't feel like you have to buy tarot books. There are so many amazing free resources out there. And by no means am I discounting any of these books, but there's so many resources that you have at your fingertips to begin your journey with tarot, and it's a journey you will not regret. I've made tarot such a part of my daily ritual now that I can't not incorporate it into my life. So yeah, if this is something that you've been wanting to do, then by all means, go for it. But if you have that kind of fear and hesitation of the traditional tarot, then start with angel cards. And get that foundation, that positive foundation, because they're very positive and they're very uplifting and they're very empowering. So I'm a huge advocate of that. But if angels aren't your thing, which I realize that's how it is to some people, then just do something else. Find what works for you. That's the great thing about tarot. Find what works for you, and it's gonna work fantastic. So, if you would like a reading with me, you can check out my website below at www.tarotangel444.com. You can check out my Facebook page at facebook.com/Andrea's Angel Card Readings. I mean, you can find me any way, shape, or form. Pretty much, I'm on everything. But yeah, if you have any questions, or if you wanted me to answer a question in a video, just shoot me a message or comment below, and I'll get to your video and I'll answer your question. Or I'll get to your question, then I'll answer it in the video. But I love you guys, and I will see you guys later. Angel blessings to each and every one of you. Bye.